would you do that?
It's the minerals.
You're looking at a rock at 2:24 in the morning.
This is not a rock. This is a mineral for like the 10th time.
Okay. Got it.
I gotta tell you, I am worried for this movie. Pixar's Elemental is gonna be the latest and newest film in Pixar's catalog, and it is not looking good. You know, I feel like it's gonna fail financially and fail critically because so far it's not looking good, or should I say, it doesn't look Pixar good. In my opinion, I think that Pixar Studios is one of the best of animation, not just, you know, visual, but storytelling wise. Now, I know some people might, you know, say nowadays Pixar isn't like what it used to be. Its glory days are long gone. Now, I'm not gonna say they're right, and I'm not gonna say they're wrong, because to some point they do have somewhat of a point. I mean, like, back then, before Pixar had their whole sequel binge, Pixar was making hit after hit after hit. And I think right up into like 2011, not because of Cars 2, but just their whole Pixar sequel thing in general just kind of took things out of control. I mean, Pixar is still able to make banger content. I mean, like Coco, Soul, Onward, Turning Red, like, they still show that they are able to, you know, produce quality content. Like, they are able to have amazing and stunning ideas and visuals that are just groundbreaking in technology and just making of animation features in general. But I'm just not clicking with this one. I mean, like, the story seems fine, the visuals look amazing as always, but I just think there's something to this that just doesn't really give that Pixar feel. More so because I feel like this whole water and fire and elemental thing is, I don't want to say worn out, but I think it's I don't know what the word is, but it's been done, because in the trailer they do the cliche jokes, you know, they do the whole water's always getting into something and fire's hot, you know, and it's not like funny, and I feel like this whole movie is just gonna be like fire and water jokes, and the whole, you know, the main characters is like a will they won't they, or like a you need to open up type of thing, and it's not bad. It just doesn't look like it's, you know, good. And I gotta tell you, speaking financially, I really think this movie is going to tank hard. And I mean hard. Not because this movie looks mid or like basic, but because their competition is steep. And I mean steep as in, like, they need to climb a goddamn mountain just to compete with these guys. First off, we have The Little Mermaid, which is... Okay, Disney, you're putting this up against another Disney product, so good job on you for that. And people are obviously going to flock to The Little Mermaid, you know, nostalgia's sake, Halle Berry, the music, there you go. And also, we have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. You take your kid to the theater and say, hey sport, hey champ, you want to go see Elemental or you want to go see Spider-Man? Yeah, which one you think little Billy, little Tommy's gonna pick, huh? And not even just the webhead, we also have Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken. The trailer and the whole concept seems 10 times way more interesting than what this movie is putting out, and it seems action-packed. It seems like it's gonna have a good storyline and everything. Yeah, it's sad to see, man. And even more so, people are already loving DreamWorks right now, because Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which is by far one of the best animated movies of all time, was amazing, and I feel like more people are going to put their trust in DreamWorks than they will with Pixar right now. Which my second point being Lightyear. Lightyear was one of the biggest failures of last year. I think it didn't make back the budget. I know that, and I know they spent a hell of a lot on that movie, and and that was their first theatrical film since Toy Story 4, and that movie made $1 billion. So, and I think the sole reason for this is because I think people are starting to get used to Pixar movies being released straight to Disney Plus. With Soul, Onward, Turning Red, and Luca, those movies were all released on Disney Plus, and I think that is having consumers just expect Pixar movies to be put out on Disney Plus. Now, I can understand Soul, I can understand Onward, but I gotta tell you, I don't understand why they put Turning Red and Luca on Disney Plus. I mean, like, Encanto, they got to go on Disney Plus. I mentioned this in my Disney is losing at animation, because I don't think that Disney understands that if you release movies straight to Disney Plus, you're not going to make money. And I feel like whenever this movie doesn't make money, and trust me, this movie will most likely flop, they're going to say, oh no, it's just, because people weren't hyped for this, or, no, it's because Disney is literally training these people to get ready to watch these movies on Disney Plus. Like, I don't understand how you put out Encanto theatrically, but you don't put this, how you didn't put their other stuff in theaters. Now, I understand, Encanto, that was like, Disney's movie. It wasn't like a Disney Pixar film. But still, you need to at least respect your parts of the company. Because if you don't put respect into what they're doing, then they're not going to perform. And like this movie, it's not going to perform. Not just because of the competition, not just because of the story, just because you don't believe in it. I've been seeing barely any marketing for this movie. BMIU, it's not as bad as Strange World. That was actually horrible. But I have little confidence for this movie. I'm not going to go to the theaters for this one because the story seems generic. The only thing I will praise this movie so far right now from the trailers alone, the only thing I will give credit to this is the animation. It looks vibrant, it looks brilliant, but if this was done as like a Pixar short or a different storyline, then I think people would eat this up and I think they would love it. But I am really worried for this movie. I don't like to see movies flop. I don't like them. I don't want to see movies fail. If anything, I want to see them succeed. Even if, the movie might be mid or terrible. I just hate to see people put in so much work just for something to fail. But yeah, it is what it is with the Hollywood business, I guess. But, that's really about it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, they are really screwed over with Spider-Man and Little Mermaid. They are, they're screwed.
More being like this, so I've turned to a life of crime.
Why do people say ATM machine?
Who said that?
The M stands for machine.
Spider-Man!